This show is brought to you by Safety FM.
The following program is rated MALSV. It contains strong language, sexual situations, and violence. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Finally, show with the balls to call it like it is. Rated R Safety Show on Safety FM.
Countdown to audio torture.
The Rated R Safety Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Let the eardrum pain begin.
Forget the corporate bullshit. This is the Rated R Safety Show with your host, Dr. It doesn't matter who the host is.
What's up out there in Radio Land? My name is Silent J, and I'll be your guest host today on the Rated R Safety Show. It is the 364th day of the year, Monday, December 30th, 2019. That means there's only one day left before we bring in 2020.
Here is the news on the Rated R Safety Show.
A man by the name of Grafton Thomas has been arrested in connection with a stabbing at the home of a rabbi on Saturday. 5 were attacked at the Hanukkah gathering. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo characterized the incident as domestic terrorism. Thomas pled guilty to 5 counts of attempted murder and 1 count of burglary. 1 victim is in critical condition, but all initially survived the attack. Let's hope after he makes it into the pen, someone shoves a menorah straight up his ass.
Duh.
In other good news, after killing 1 person and injuring another, a gunman at a church in Fort Worth, Texas area was shot dead by other congregants at the West Freeway Church of Christ Sunday morning. 2 others were injured while seeking cover. The church live streams its services live on YouTube, so the attack was public online. The footage shows it's lasting about 6 seconds before the gunman was killed. That video has since been taken down. Good shooting, congregants. Way to stay vigilant. We have a visit from Florida man today. A Grubhub driver named Daniel DeLeus stopped by a Clearwater, Florida area Burger King to pick up an order on Saturday. When he was told it wasn't ready, he picked up a giant ashtray outside and threw it at the front doors, the Smoking Gun reports. Then he hit another BK employee with the improvised weapon, slapped another employee who instructed him to leave. The cops were called and DeLeus was arrested. Way to go, Florida man. French public workers take their strike into its 24th day over proposed austerity measures to public employee healthcare system. If it continues into the end of the week, it'll be the longest in history, beating out the 28-day holdout in 1986. Demonstrations are planned across the country. Half of France's rail services in and out of the country are expected to be shut down. Reuben Sharp is a trans man who recently kicked hormone therapy in order to conceive a child. Now he, alongside his non-binary partner, have done just that, thanks to a sperm donation from a trans woman. The sample was even inserted by a trans doctor. The Sunday Mirror reports the happy infant was born 3 months ago and is thriving. Half of the states in the Union have now reported high flu activity for the season. This includes 4.6 million illnesses, 39,000 hospitalizations, and 2,100 deaths across 25 states. The good news is there's still time to get the vaccine if you haven't already had the flu this year. Astronaut Christina Koch has broken the record for the longest continuous space flight for a woman, and there's still 2 months to go on her mission. She beat the 288-day record set between 2016 and 2017 by Peggy Whitson. Scott Kelly holds the overall record at 340 days. Way to go, Christina Koch.
Duh.
The plot thickens in co-working space company WeWork's acquisition by SoftBank. The co-CEOs who took over for Adam Neumann are entitled to an $8.3 million each if they're cut loose or demoted in any way. Meanwhile, the company's global expansion has slowed and thousands of employees have been laid off. Insiders tell Financial Times there are active discussions to axe the head honchos anyways. Don Imus has died. The legendary radio personality passed away on Friday at a hospital in Texas. According to a family spokesperson, the cause of death is unknown at this time. He was 79. And Lee Mendelsohn has died. The man behind over 50 Charlie Brown TV specials has passed away on Christmas Day after the long battle with cancer. He was 86. Julia Garner got married. The Ozark actress said "I do" to musician Mark Foster over the weekend. The newlyweds who got engaged in May kept the ceremony intimate with only close friends and family in attendance. There was no winner for Friday night's Mega Millions drawing. Tuesday's drawing will be for a $55 million jackpot or a $37 million cash payout. There was also no winner for Saturday night's Powerball drawing. Wednesday's drawing will be for a $220 million jackpot or a $149.2 million cash payout. Go get those tickets. In showbiz news, Harvey Weinstein, or Weinstein, however you pronounce it, is looking at more potential sex crime charges, but this time on the West Coast. According to the LA County District Attorney's Office, an investigative grand jury was impaneled over the last 6 months to look into 8 sexual assault cases, including a 2013 rape allegation. A source told TMZ there is enough evidence in at least one of these cases to warrant filing criminal charges against the disgraced movie producer. Weinstein heads to court on January 6th in New York, where he faces 5 different charges of predatory sexual assault, a criminal sex act, and rape. He faces life in prison if convicted. Let's hope he gets that.
Duh.
Anna Paquin is totally fine with her 7 words in The Irishman, despite all the backlash on Twitter following the Oscar winner's limited role in the Netflix film. Paquin told The Hollywood Reporter, "It's very endearing when people think they are fighting a fight on your behalf, but not really necessary. I'm incredibly happy." Paquin plays Robert De Niro's daughter in the mob drama. Mark Cuban is hitting back against claims that one of his companies is nothing more than a scam. Eterniva, a company that convinced Cuban to invest $600,000 when it appeared on Shark Tank, is being accused of being a ripoff. According to gemologist Grant Mobley, Eterniva, who claims to be able to turn loved ones' ashes into diamonds, is not what it seems. Mobley told Page Six companies that claim to make synthetic diamonds out of human ashes have been around for more than a decade, adding, "There's no way there could be enough carbon left after a cremation to make a diamond. So grieving families are left with a synthetic diamond that has no value and no ties to the ashes of a loved one." Cuban responded, telling the outlet the technology is backed by rock-solid science. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have filed to register the name of their charitable foundation, Sussex Royal, as a trademark. According to Reuters, the trademark application covers a wide range of goods and services, from books to clothing and educational and charitable campaigns. While this is not something typically done by the royal family, Harry and Meghan have not been ones to stick to tradition.
Duh.
On this date in 1816, the Treaty of St. Louis goes into effect between the U.S. and Ottawa, Ojibwa, and Potawatomi tribes. The agreement had the tribes relinquish rights to their land in exchange for $1,000 in goods delivered over 12 years. It was one of 14 similar treaties, all of which were signed near St. Louis, like in 1825, when an agreement between the U.S. and the Shawnee Nation called for lands in exchange for $11,000 and access to a blacksmith shop. It's LeBron James's birthday today. The NBA pro turns 35, as well as Tiger Woods. Happy birthday to the golf pro turning 44. This has been the Rated R Safety Show. We'll catch you later.
Happy holidays from all of us at Safety FM. To you, wherever you are.
The countdown has begun. Find out only on Safety FM.
The views and opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and its guest and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the company. Examples of analysis discussed within this podcast are only examples. They should not be utilized in the real world as the only solution available, as they are based only on very limited and dated open source information. Assumptions made within this analysis are not reflective of the position of the company. No part of this podcast may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system, or transmitted in any any form or by any means, mechanical, electronic, recording, or otherwise, without prior written permission of the creator of the podcast, Jay Allen.